Hello and welcome to the screencast for using a Mac within the Gatehouse. We created this guide because the computers in the Gatehouse are set up slightly differently to other areas of the university, but also to highlight what programs we have running in the Gatehouse, and also give you a brief rundown on how to save your work responsibly and move your work around to different machines within the Gatehouse. The machines are set up slightly differently in the Gatehouse because we use video files and video editing software. So we cannot edit video over a network, which means we cannot have separate user logons to all the machines. This means that anyone can log onto the machines and access the files on them. So your files are therefore not immune to being deleted or tampered with. It's therefore your responsibility to take regular backups of your work and keep important files safe. So this is why we have this big disclaimer on the desktop of all the machines. So please read it and understand it. And if you have trouble saving or backing your work up, then please come and find one of the technology demonstrators, Rich Wood or Layla Jackson, and we can certainly help you out to make sure your work is safe. We have recently invested over summer in the Adobe CS6 Mastered collection. So within that, we have a group of programs that we are highlighting here in the dock. So we have Adobe Premiere Pro for video editing, After Effects for 3D composites and motion graphics, Adobe Audition for your sound editing needs, which is really good for kind of sound restoration or noise reduction, and Adobe Photoshop for photo editing. Finally, Adobe Media Encoder for transcoding files, possibly for use on the web or for use as authoring a DVD. We also have Final Cut Studio 3, so we have Final Cut for video editing and Motion for doing your motion graphics. We try not to teach program-specific skills here, so whether you want to use Final Cut or Premiere is absolutely fine. We will concentrate on the editing techniques rather than the program itself. We also have Microsoft Office, so we've got Word and PowerPoint. So if you want to work on an essay or a presentation, you're welcome to come and use the machines in here. A couple of web browsers, so Firefox and Chrome, and also some more specialist software such as Caltex for doing your pre-production planning or your screenwriting. The Gatehouse is used for teaching, so there are certain times when the rooms will be busy. During the times when lessons aren't being taught, you're welcome to pop in and use a machine, or if you have work on a particular machine and want to guarantee you can use that one, you can book them through CISO, our online booking system. There is a separate guide to using CISO, so please refer to that if you want to answer more questions. Okay, so let's run around the Mac a little bit. This is a Finder, and if you want to get around the computer, you need a Finder window. So you can get one of those by clicking on the Finder icon in the dock. That brings up a Finder window here, so let's have a look around. So we've got various places on the machine where we can get to from the sidebar. One of the most common ones for you guys will be the Documents folder, because that houses the Student Work folder. And when you start using a machine for the first time, I would suggest creating a folder within Student Work that has your name on it. To do that, you can go to the Action button here, press that, and choose New Folder, and then I can name the folder. Type my name into the keyboard and hit enter. If you type it wrong, then you can edit the type on here by slowly double clicking on the text. So if you click once and then click once again, and then I can edit the text of my folder. Now whenever I open a program, be it Premiere or Final Cut or Logic, I can save my work into that folder, knowing that if I want to move or back up my files, all I have to do is grab them from that folder. If you don't save your work this neatly, then you will find yourself having to search for files and getting files from different areas of the machine, which becomes quite frustrating quite quickly. So please, please, please create a folder with your name on it and then save all your work into that folder. Once you've created some work, you might want to move it to a different part of the Gatehouse, and that's really easy because we've got all the computers connected via network cables. So to access the machine, all you have to do is go to the shared area of the sidebar, click on all, and then you can see all the machines in here. So this is all the GH201 machines. If the machine isn't on, it probably won't appear in this list, so do make sure the machine you're trying to copy files to is switched on. And then I'm going to choose machine number 3, and then I can click on the student folder and then the documents folder and the student work folder. So this is actually the folder on machine number 3. If I go up to File and create a new Finder window, I can look into Documents, which is the Documents folder on machine number 7, which is the one I'm working on, and then you can see here is my Rich Wood folder. I'm just going to name this with a slow double click, Rich Wood 2. And then if I want to move it into machine number 3, it's simply a case of dragging it over to machine number 3. You will notice that green plus sign. That means I'm copying the files. If you've got a really big folder, it's probably not a good idea to copy it over, because you'll have multiple versions of rather large files. So to move instead of copy a file, you can hold down the command key on the keyboard, as I'm doing now. You can see the plus sign disappear, and with it disappeared, you can let go of the mouse, and that will move the folder rather than copy it. So if we now go back to machine number 7, which we're working on, we should see in the student work folder my Rich Wood 2 has disappeared and been moved over to machine number 3. So that's moving files. So at the end of this tutorial, you should be able to turn on a machine, create a folder on the machine in the student work folder with your name on it, save work from any program into it, and then move that work around the gatehouse. Of course, if there's any questions, please come and speak to one of the technical demonstrators, which is Rich Wood or Layla Jackson. Until next time, bye bye.